going on, guys? In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to work the Dominator 1 in STORMWORKS. As it is seeming I have clearly not given enough information on how to work these things. So as a quick tutorial on how to use the Dominator 1 and everything it can do, I'm going to go over that in today's video to hopefully make it easier on you guys. So with all that said, let's jump straight into the video. Alright, now we can go ahead and just get to work here. So this is the Dominator 1 in STORMWORKS. Every variant of each vehicle is the same. So Dominator 1 from the default one all the way to 2024, they are all the same. They work the exact same functionally. The only difference is appearances. So if we go on ahead and we look at the outside, there's not really much functionality outside. There are mainly two things we can do outside of the vehicle, and that is open the doors and the trunk. So simply to open up the trunk, you just click the toggle button on the back that says trunk, and it'll open, and you just click it again and it will shut. Same goes for the doors. You just go up to the buttons and they will open and shut. Now the thing is with these front doors is because of the way I have made them, because you can't reach back here where the outside door handle is, I couldn't make it a two-sided toggle button. I could, but then you would have had to get out of your seat first and then click it. It just would have been a hassle. So what I did is I decided to wire it here, which will still open the door. However, it has a slight problem. If you open it from the outside and don't close it by there, and you decide to close it from here, well, now it's not shutting because you have to press it twice in order for it to shut. So that is a little finicky. Now moving on to the inside, there is definitely quite a few more things we can do in here. So here in the back, nothing functionally, just, med kits, a welding torch, fire extinguisher, and a hose. But otherwise, nothing much here in the back, and you're neither in the back seats. Now if we go up here to the driver's seat, we have the heater, which is pretty self-explanatory. It turns on the heater. That's, I feel, fairly obvious. We have our wind speeds, we have our miles per hour, our gear, which I'll also get to that in a sec, and then we have our gas. So those are just a couple of gauges, but the buttons in here are simple. So we have the button right here that's called probes that will launch those cannons out of the side. I'm not going to do that right now, but they do work. I'm debating on whether I should launch them. I don't think I will. And then we also have over here near the left side, we have our parking brake, we have our low beams right there, and then we also have our high beams, which are right there. They are very, very, very blinding as well. So there we go. And then we also have the button right here. It says hood. Also very self-explanatory. It just pops open the hood. So yeah, that's fairly simple. And then here we have our cab lights, which are for the cabin lights. So they're just up there. They're the interior lights. Now we're gonna get to engine functionality stuff now. So a lot of people I'm noticing they aren't able to get the vehicle to go very fast, and it's because I haven't explained this, which I should have done when I first released them. But the Dominators do not have automatic transmissions. They are manual transmissions. So as you could see on the control panel at the bottom left of my screen, we have 7 things we can do here. Let's start off with number 1, which is the low beams. That's fairly self-explanatory yet again. We have 2 and 3, which are your indicators to go left and right. You don't have to use them. Those aren't necessary to make the vehicle work. Number 4 is the parking brake, which really Discord. Number 4 is the parking brake, which it's just wired to the seat so you can turn off from the outside without having to be inside. It's just shush up, please. Alright, and then 5 and 6 are the airbags, so hold down 5 until you start lowering and then you can release. Discord, holy crap! And then hold down 6 until you start going up and then you're done. Whoa. So now with all that said, let's go ahead and try and take the Dominator 1 for a drive. Now, all you have to do is click the starter. Now, this is where, if I had to guess, where some of you guys might not quite understand. Once again, on me. Sorry about that. But now I am explaining it so you guys don't have to break your PCs and get frustrated. So all you can do is, if you want to drive, you're in the Dom 1. Ensure that infinite electric and fuel are off. Infinite electric is fine. I just leave it off. But if you turn on infinite fuel, I don't think they're gonna have a happy time. I think they'll resort to just kind of anyway. So we're just gonna go ahead and click the starter. So now the engine in the Dominator 1 is now started. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn off the parking brake, otherwise we wouldn't be able to move. So that engine-wise, the engine is done. Now, what I am going to guess here is, I've seen some people say that, at least for Dom 3, this is not how it works for me whatsoever on any of my vehicles, but they claim that it only goes 13 miles an hour, and it's probably because you guys don't know that this is a manual transmission. So as you can see in the control panel at the bottom left of my screen, as you can see, the up and down arrows on your keyboard are wired to the up shift and down shift. So the vehicle has no neutral, even though it says I'm in gear 0. I am in drive technically, so if I were to just hit the throttle, I would start going forward. It's just like that. Fairly simple. I'm already going a whopping 40 almost. Anyway, but that's not even in all the way up to gear 4. So, and I'm in gear 0. So the Dominator 1 does not have a neutral gear. It is just forwards or backwards. Anyway. And then it also has park, which is just turning on the parking brake. Anyway, so let's say you want to go into reverse. The up arrow will upshift the gears, and then the down arrow downshifts. So if you want to go into reverse, just simply press it till it says -1, and then now we are backing up. We are going. Can get going pretty fast. Regardless of that, now that's it for transmission wise. One thing to note is, when I had first made the Dominators, I had their transmissions backward, no joke. I accidentally put them in there backwards for the longest time, up until a couple of weeks ago when I fixed them. And when they were backwards, you had to shift it all the way up into 4th gear and then slowly go down into 2nd gear. I've fixed that problem now. You can start off in 0, and when you need to shift it, then you just go gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4. So that is now fixed. So anyways, with all that said, I hope this was somewhat helpful on how to use the Dominator 1. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button. I'm very silly of me to not have done this from the beginning, but here it is now. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this video was helpful.